This is the Ballistic Ball Guy coming at you with a live review of the video game FTL, or Faster Than Light. This game is a top-down strategy, rogue-like, which I've never understood that, or my favorite description of this game is a procedural death labyrinth. Once you play it, you'll understand it is a death labyrinth. Literally, you go to one place and you think you're going to be happy, oh no! And you die. A lot. Anyways, the game was developed by an indie developer called Subset Games, two gentlemen that previously worked at 2K Games, I think it was their Shanghai office. Justin May and Matthew Davis. Matthew Davis did the programming. Am I right in saying that? Hold on. I'm going to have to restart this review if I'm not. Boom! Matthew Davis did do the programming. Indeed. Confirmed on Wikipedia. So I'm not going to redo this. There you go, Matthew Davis. We are being serenaded right now with the sweet sounds of Ben Pruti's score. He is an indie game developer, musician, and I believe he did the sound design for this as well. I'm not quite sure. Now, the developers, Justin May and Matthew Davis, based this game off of a few things. They based it off the Battlestar Galactica board game and the old Star Wars X-Wing games. It reminds me, personally, a lot of a game I used to play in my childhood called Starflight on my old Macintosh computer, which I absolutely loved. That was developed by EA Games, released in 1991. Look it up, it's kind of basic. But it's a lot like this. It's very simple. Like, the whole design behind this game is a very simple but unique approach to a game design. Sort of lets your imagination take over and go through all this. They said that they wanted you, the developers when they were making this, said that they wanted you to feel like Captain Picard screaming to get the shields up, and trust me, you do scream and get the shields up because you just get pummeled, absolutely pummeled in this game. I have actually resorted to cheating because I have yet to beat it, and I've been playing it for 2 years. That's how bad I am at this. Though I do focus on other games. Anyways, before I get into this, I'm just going to give a brief history of how the development went for this game. This game was fully funded on Kickstarter. The developers were originally trying to use their own money, but once they got into it, they realized they needed a little bit more cash, so they went on Kickstarter asking for funds of around $10,000, I believe it was. And they actually ended up getting over $200,000 to fund this game. They were sort of riding off the coattails of the success of previous games, and only like one or two if I could think of it. But they are widely considered as one of the first pieces of proof that you could fund a video game on Kickstarter. And it's a beautiful game. IGN gave it an 8.0 out of 10, and a few other companies gave it around the same. Like, I think Metacritic gave it like an 80 out of 100. I like this game. The one thing I would say is it's extremely frustrating. The second you die, you go straight back to the beginning. There's no saving progress unless you pack the game. Like, hold on, I'll restart, and I'm just going to show you what I did because this is last night after my third death in the same day. I hacked it to where I received some odd 9,900 missiles and a few thousand bots. But that's besides the point. And also my shields are off the radar. You'd never have this many. Like, I even broke the game. Like, the mini engine parts don't even exist. Like, if you go up into my weapons spacing, like, I have a Glaive Beam. I don't even think I'm supposed to be able to power these two items, let alone a freaking Glaive Beam. Anyways, let me exit out of this and start a game over just so you can get an idea of what it's like. Oh, and I quit the whole game. Start that up again. That won't happen. Drunken Zeit, when you watch this, I apologize for the errors. This is my first stream. But my, like, 17th attempt. So, A for effort, I say. Okay, so you start out the game. You get the option of easy, normal, and hard, and unless you are a maniac, I'd say stay on easy until you actually learn how to play the game. You start with this very basic ship, pardon me. It's called the Kestrel, and you can name it anything you want. Like, I can call it, I don't know, my favorite. Boom, Leroy Jenkins. I know a lot of people probably don't like that, but the Leroy Express, and that's exactly what this is. Literally, in this game, you are going on a suicide mission to try and reach the end. It's like sort of like Mass Effect when you're building your team trying to get to the final option in Mass Effect 2. And in this one, though, it's just a lot more difficult because there's no saving in between. Anyways, you start off with the ship, you get your crew members, which you can name and rename, customize down here. You get your weapons, and you start off. What am I reading? The data you carry is vital to the remaining Federation fleet. You'll need supplies for the journey, so make sure to explore each sector before moving on to the next. But get to the exit before the pursuing rebel fleet can catch up. Tip: weapons. You can queue up an attack before the weapons are charged. It will fire when it's charged. Continue. I think that was a pretty good Patrick Stewart. I'm working on it. Okay, so I would actually queue these weapons up because I always forget to do it, and on my first jump I generally run into somebody. So what you do is you jump, and you have a map of your sector here, so you can go from any of these points to any of these stars. And your objective is to get to this exit, and you can pretty much take any route you want to go there. So I'm going to go down to this guy and see what happens. Jump leads to nothing. This is rather anticlimactic. Things will pick up, I promise. Oh, good. Okay. You arrive at the beacon to find yourself dangerously close to a star, an automated rebel ship impervious to the heat moves in to engage. Okay, so the rebel ships are actually kind of fun to fight if you have the proper weapons, because they can't repair themselves. So once you destroy their shields, they can't go in and fix things. So I always pause, click on my lasers, attack shields. Now let's see, I'm just going to be crazy, I'm going to use a missile. You're supposed to preserve them, because if you look here, this is the amount of missiles you have, but you have infinity lasers. I'm lagging a little bit. I think it's because of everything that's going on my computer right now. Boom! That's right. And this is a bit obnoxious that they're having me fight drones this early in the game. That's the thing about this game. One game they can take it easy on you, you don't have to fight a drone for like solid 4 minutes. And I missed, because my guys are brand new to this. Okay, now I have a fire somewhere on my ship. You can hear it. That's it. So I'm going to take this guy out. Pray to God that the fire is somewhere where I can fix it. And you can move your characters around as you see me over here. Oh good. It is not somewhere where I can just vent it. But I'll show you venting just in case. So you can vent your systems. So it's sort of depressurizing. I'm going to jump out of here before I get in any more trouble. This sort of stuff happens to you. You get stuck in the middle of nowhere, you're on fire, and then the next thing I do is run into a pirate who wants me to pay them a toll. Now, what they're asking for is scrap, which is basically the equivalent of money in this game. And you don't get it very easy. So I always reject their offer, because I'd much rather have the experience of fighting them than reject their offer. And you will regret this decision. Pretty sure I won't. We'll see. That's my developer, guy back on his guns. I'm pretty sure this takes a lot less time. Okay, closing all my ship's doors again. That's one thing I really love about this, is like the intricacy in this game. You know, it's a very simplistic design, but you have very simple graphics, but very complex mechanics. Like each of your crews are individually skilled and leveled. Like I have this guy who's only been working on the weapons for like one shift, and he's already leveling up in his weapons category. So you level up in your shields, weapons, repair, combat, and piloting, and your engines. So you basically stick these guys on these systems, and later in the game you get different races of aliens. Like some aliens fight better, some aliens are impervious to fire, some actually power systems when they stand in the same room and explode, when they die, which is cool because it kills your enemies, but it sucks because you lose a crew member. You start getting pretty attached to your crew in this game. It's like, it's a hard thing when you lose your engineer or your weapons specialist who you've had for like 3 sectors and he's already powered up, and then he dies in a boarding attempt from some foreign ship. Okay, so wait, queue up both of these items, and I'm going to fire on their shields. I always go for the shields. It's a lot of fun, just to wreck them. Boom shakalaka. Checkmate. Oh good. Seeing this happens, they start attacking your systems, so they'll start targeting your systems to try and take you out, as well as you should target theirs. I am now going to go for this gentleman's weapon system so he can no longer shoot at me. And I miss. This goes on for a while, by the way. Spoiler alert. It's not really a spoiler. It's more just general information. Okay. And they already have their shields fixed, so now that all that's done, try and blow up their shields again. Boom. As you can see, the sound design of this is pretty simplistic. I love it. I mean, it just reminds me of a lot of the old school games. Very simple mechanics as far as design goes, but very complex and very great gameplay. Like, it doesn't require a massive operatic score or a detailed open world sandbox to make it good. This is just simple, move your pawn from point A to point B, and however you get there in the process, you'll run across some stuff. Very complicated to come up with, really. Something this simple that works this well, if you ask me. Yeah, you always end up being your hull damaged, so this happens a lot. You'll come across these situations where you have to help people. This one's one where you generally get your hull damaged. Watch. I'm gonna get my hull damaged. Boom! Knew it! But I also got 6 fuel points, so I'm gonna get him out of here because this is about to depressurize. Hey! Guess what? Fire meet lack of oxygen. What happens when fire loses oxygen? It goes out. And I know this is so exhilarating to watch. I always intervene in defense, so you detect a rebel scout on an attack approach to a small refueling outpost. Their weapons are charged, but they're not firing yet. I intervene to defend the outpost. Bring it, fools. The rebel responds to your threat. I don't know who you are, but no one defies the rebel fleet. They move into engage. Isn't it generally the rebels that are the good guys? Like the Rebel Alliance? Like they're fighting against the Galactic Empire, but apparently the Federation are the good guys in this. I mean, maybe I could be a bad guy, who knows? I could be fighting... Oh, hey, there goes my shields. I could be fighting for the Empire for all I know. Oh, well. Yeah. You guys generally start out pretty terribly armed, or inaccurate. Almost like stormtroopers trying to shoot. Oh, come on. I think this is actually the worst I've ever had it. When it's this bad. And there go their engines. Just gonna throw my first lasers on. And they're dead. Wonderful. You get defense drone. So you do get random salvage when you go into this game. You get like your reactor points, which are your fuel for getting across the sector. So every time you jump between the star points and jump to a sector, you use a fuel point. your missiles, which help you shoot shit, your drones, which we'll get into later. Shoot stuff. Thankfully, this is a trial video. And Alexander will probably stop listening to this about 5 minutes ago. Hail the ship. Dock with the ship. Oh yeah, he's gonna be mad at me because I'm not gonna buy shit. Yeah. Get angry. They get mad when you don't buy anything, by the way. Oh, good. So this is where you start getting into trouble. So that's my door systems that just got broken. That's my engines that are now on fire. And I'm slowly leaking oxygen in this compartment. Yeah, this is no good. And then you have to watch and make sure your guy doesn't die. Artemis laser. And now I blew up their oxygen tank. Hooray! And this guy's about to die. See how quickly things can just go bad here? Like, it's no joke. I'm about to lose my pilot. Guess the good thing about having 0 to no oxygen is that you don't die as easily. So, let's take a look at this. Send this guy in here to fix my oxygen, because as you see my ship is slightly turning red right now. That means I'm probably going to run out of oxygen really fast. If you look in my upper right-hand corner, you can see below my shields the little meter saying oxygen ticking slowly down. And it should start ticking up again. This is a very good example of how this game can get really fast. I mean, I haven't even been the first sector, and this is only level grinding on. So you're trying to get your shields leveled up, your energy cores, and all your items spent. Alright, so we can fix this. By the way, these guys are in space, and they don't have spacesuits. It does not make any sense to me. Who would own a spaceship? And I better stop talking before I kill my team. Oh, Fenn, look. The guy from the new Star Wars movie. Will Disney come after me for mentioning that? No, it's free promotion. Why would they? Okay. This guy healing. Boom. Shakalaka. So this is the boring part. Now I am going to get. Where's my pilot? This gentleman. Pilot. I'm gonna get him going out. Now the way you get more crew in this game is by number of ways. You can pick them up randomly in missions across the game. You can pick them up, slavers, buy them off slavers. You can get them bartered by slavers. You can save them from slavers. Slavers actually are a really big part of it. But stores, you can hire them stores, and that's where I find my guys. I found really cool in the game I lost. Who was like one of the best fighters I've ever had, and he died. Ship blew up at the end, and that was about the end of that. Great story. I know. Zoltan. I don't know if that was homage to Where's My Car, but I hope it was. Okay. So you basically get the general concept. Didn't explain the sectors to you, but you have last one on the right side, which is where the enemy big boss is, and it's pretty hard to beat. So you could upgrade all your systems in this menu by going in and clicking individually and spinning your scrap. So up here, engines, up power, boom. Guess what? I got power on my engine, and then I can upgrade my power again. Bam. And having faster engines helps your evasion, so that's a good thing. Anyways, this was my review of FTL. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will be back soon. I hope. Live long and prosper.